Howdy, this is Marissa with Marissa Moments podcast, where I give you my real life stories and their healing translations. So let's just get straight into it, shall we? So I remember when I was about to deliver my oldest daughter, and if you hear noise, that's me trying to get some lotion out of this half empty bottle. Don't you just hate that? Like, seriously though, there should be a better way. There should be a better way. But anyway, I digress. So I was going in to have my now oldest daughter, my first child, and I had no clue what to expect. Now, fun side note story and true story. When I was in there, I was all checked in the bed, comfy cozy, right? Well, as comfy cozy as you could possibly get. And there's a woman down the hallway screaming, "It's burning, it's burning," over and over and over. And I was just like, I'm not ready. Check, please. I am out of here, mister. And so that was my very first experience. When I tell you Marissa moments, I'm not kidding. These are interesting moments, y'all. And this is my life. But anyway, let's keep going. Another side note, I didn't opt for any type of medication because I was under the false assumption that my husband, well, at the time boyfriend, would look at me better in a brighter light if I went through childbirth naturally, right? Like hug a tree, push it out, and keep it moving, right? But again, it was a false conception. It was miscommunication. And as soon as we cleared it up within that same visit and within the next several hours, because I was in labor for about 36 hours. Yes, I know it's crazy, but hey, this is my life. Anywho, so I opted for a medication because I figured, you know what? Unless they're going to write me a check for having this baby naturally, why am I going to torture myself? Now, this does not take away or discredit anyone who does opt for natural options because everyone gets to choose, right? It's your life, it's your body, it's your world. So you choose what's best for you. I'm just telling you what's best for me and why I made that decision. Anyway, we're going to keep it moving. So imagine this. I'm in the hospital bed in the room. My husband, then boyfriend, is standing right next to me at the head of the bed. And my doctor and nurse are, of course, at my feet. And the doctor's saying, okay, well, we're going to tell you when you have a contraction. And when you have a contraction, that's going to be time to push. Now, mind you, everybody kept telling me a contraction feels like squeezing. And I was like, yo, this is my first child. I have no idea what you're saying. You might as well be saying a contraction feels like a gobble. And because it makes the same amount of sense to me. Fast forward to me actually having contractions. And I was like, oh yeah, so that's what it means. The squeezing. Got it. Noted, right? So the doctor keeps telling me, okay, they're watching the machine. Go ahead and push. Now it's time to push. Okay. Now push from your pelvis. And I was like, what the hell does that even mean too? Like, do I push like I'm taking a dump? Like, I don't know what you're talking about, right? So anyway, I'm pushing, doing the best I can, trying to figure it out as I go along and trying to go along to get along, right? So I'm pushing and all that type of stuff. And then after a while, my body starts to tell me right before the contractions come. Now, maybe you've experienced this too. Maybe you haven't. Who knows? It's not a competition, but I'm sharing my story. So anywho, my body starts to tell me right before the contraction comes. So I'm like, okay, I'm getting in position right before. And the doctor's like, oh, no, not yet, not yet. And then they look at the screen and a split second later, better believe it, that contraction was registering on the screen. So I remember the doctor saying, wow, I love when people are so in tune with their bodies that they know exactly when it's going to happen. And I was like, superpower unlocked. Check. Anywho, so I'm doing that. And obviously the story ends with me having a beautiful daughter and she is the rainbow in my sky, right? All of the good things, right? But that's not the point of the story. The point of the story is in that small snippet about being in tune with your body. Isn't that funny? I said that whole story and I'm just talking about a little snippet. Anywho, follow along. The thing of it is that our bodies are so awesome. And it is, in fact, a superpower. Like, I make light of it, but it is, in fact, a superpower to be so in tune with yourself to recognize when things are going wrong or when things are going right, right? Like, for instance, I've noticed of late, if I have too much sodium, then my toes feel like sausages. And I'm like, oh man, too much salt. Got to drink some water. Boop, boop. right? Like my body gives me like alert system messages, right? And now I'm in a place and space where I'm able to like actually tune in and listen and then move accordingly, right? So I say all that to say this: check in with yourself. Your body is sending you tons of signals. That's why we get sick. That's why we have things happen internally, right? Because sometimes, and obviously there are certain circumstances and situations that are beyond our control. I'm not saying everything is within our control, but there are certain things that are. And there are certain things that we get headway or headlights, I want to say, but we do get that heads up for, right? And so what we have to do is acknowledge it, because that is a part of our intuition. That is a part of our intuitive guidance system. When you're feeling exhausted, check in with yourself. Why am I feeling exhausted? It could be because you've been doing way too much and you need to slow down, or it could be that you've been doing things that don't resonate with your soul. So that's draining you. So if you can and are ready, willing, and able to switch directions, then maybe that's what you need to do. And you'll notice an energetic boost when you turn the corner. Or maybe you just need to sit your arse down, right? And take a rest, put your feet up, and stop feeling like you have to carry the world on your back. Message to self. But the bottom line of this is this: listen to yourself, trust yourself. Yes, we have doctors, physicians, nurses, all of the other types of people that have been skilled and gifted in a way where they're able to pinpoint, or, with great accuracy, our ailments or, things that we need to kind of focus on. But you'll notice if you just slow down enough and actually listen to yourself, your body's telling you everything that you need to know. You may need a little bit of clarification as far as expansion on what the air quotes problem may be. But at the end of the day, you always know. You always know. And that's it. So if this message resonates, then that means it's for you. And if not, that's cool too. Just keep it pushing. Either way, I thank you for listening, and I wish you the very best day ever. Until next time, you know the vibes. Peace. And by the way, don't forget to check me out on all of social media. I'm basically everywhere you probably shouldn't be. But when you look me up, remember it is Marissa Moments, and that is Marissa with one S, not two, because there is only one me. And when spirit moves you, because I know they will, go on ahead and send a contribution my way. Every contribution or donation is reinvested right back into Marissa Moments to create a larger ripple effect so that we can touch out and reach and help masses of people awaken and heal. So that's it. I thank you in advance, and until next time, happy healing.